Welcome back to High, Wide, and Handsome, a racing podcast right here on the Arson Brothers Network. I am Matt Klein. We got the whole gang with us tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Sean Allen, Jeff Griffith, Michael Sizemore. Look at these guys. What a crew we got. And we are, as we're recording, fresh off the Daytona 500 last night, yesterday evening, what have you. But before we get there, it also, gentlemen, was Valentine's weekend, Valentine's Day being Saturday. How'd everyone's Daytona versus Valentine weekend go? Sean, we'll start with you.
Listen, it was a stressful weekend, but we got there. But, when you're middle-aged and crazy like me, you don't go out to dinner anyway. You go to lunch. So it worked out perfect. We went to a little Valentine's lunch and then was back home before O'Reilly took off. So it worked out perfect. One of the best Valentine's days ever, let me tell you.
God, there you go. I like that. That's smart maneuvering. Jeff, how about you?
Man, I had to work all weekend anyway.
Oh, yeah.
But got off work Saturday, picked up some food, had a little bit of food with the family, had with the wife and the daughter, and then we after they went to bed, I turned on the O'Reilly. I had it recorded, so watched it late, but still watched it.
Nice.
So it worked out pretty good.
Not bad, not bad. I played the lunch kind of gimmick too. Megan and I went to see, a matinee showing of the 40th anniversary of Pretty in Pink. And got back. I missed first handful of laps of the O'Reilly, and then we just cooked some dinner and raced a little while and then watched some TV. How about you, Size?
Man, I missed the truck race because I went to Asheville to see American Aquarium.
Oh,
I missed the Busch Nationwide Xfinity Rally race because I was on my way back from Asheville from seeing the American Aquarium. But got to watch the 500, and that's all that matters. That was the big thing this weekend.
There you go. Well, that sounds like an excellent weekend as well, though.
Absolutely.
And yeah, glad to see the snow going away. We've been snow-capped here for these first handful of episodes and have discussed it, so we'll mention that. Weather is getting better here in our area.
On my way to Asheville Friday, I stopped at the Walmart in Bristol, next to the Golden Corral, a favorite of the Arson Brothers and High Wide crew when traveling in that direction.
Yeah.
But they still had like the mountains of snow where they'd all pushed them into one spot in the parking lot there at Walmart, and I was like, man, I hate seeing you, but I'm so glad that you are all that's left of this crap.
Yeah.
We still got some of that here. I had a nice conversation about this yesterday. I think Valentine's Day wasn't as stressful for me as yesterday. They pushed back an hour, so I got out of church, and my mom wanted to go eat. And who did I run into eating? But our very own Google. And we were both complaining that these people want to eat and we want to get home. But while we were complaining about that, we were talking about how some of our yards are still frozen somewhat. So I guess me and Goog are still ice capped a little bit. But it'll be all right.
Yeah, they were complaining about that ice still this morning, hoping some of it melted today. He did mention he ran into you, talking of my dad, Kendall, our crew chief. We spoke to him a little last week, but he told me he ran into you, and y'all were trying to hurry.
Yeah, Tutors couldn't get them biscuits out fast enough. There you go.
That's what you get for ordering the big tater. It takes longer to cook.
I actually did order the little tater. It's funny to say that.
They got the little cooking to get him out of there quick.
Yeah. Still forever.
Hey, Sunday at Tutors is quite the affair around here.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
But hey, it's good stuff.
Oh, at Tutors, you're not a sponsor, but you can be.
Yeah, please. We love you, and we'd love to have you. One time, Size and I ranked every one of your biscuits and almost killed ourselves doing it.
Hey, if you're watching this podcast on the YouTube channel, just scroll way down there. It's on there somewhere.
Yeah,
every single biscuit Tutors has to offer.
It was delicious, but it was intense.
It was.
It really was.
So many carbs.
Oh, my goodness. We passed out hard. All right, that'll do it for the green flag. We'll get on to some NASCAR talk.
Ooh, yeah.
And that puts us on the lead lap the segment where we dissect everything NASCAR this week, and what a week it was, a weekend it was.
Yeah.
We're gonna break it down as it went, so just hang on if you're here for the Daytona 500. We're gonna start in the Truck Series. Friday night, really wild race all weekend. Chandler Smith snuck right in there for the win. Some other headlines we'll get to. What did you guys think of the truck race?
It felt so good to be back. I love my trucks, and I thought that was a killer race the other night. I actually really enjoyed it a lot. And that pass at the end for Chandler getting that win, I was pretty happy for him, man. That was a cool win, and just a good race, I thought.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was good as well. Sorry not to cut you off there, Sean. Chandler just laid right there in that bottom line and just opened up. You can't have that interesting enough to kick off the weekend, and this theme will continue. One of the teams that were in the lawsuit against NASCAR wins the big truck race right out the gate. Just an interesting tidbit, I thought.
Even though Raleigh winner, Matt, there's a little bit of connection to that.
I know. All three.
But
we'll touch on it. It's interesting.
It is. What a wild. I think wild finish. Definitely two of the three races we're going to be saying that about, and the trucks really kicked it off. Yeah. I still don't know where Chandler came from, but he wasn't on my radar at all, and boom, there he was. But yeah, very fun race. But I was pretty bummed how things worked out for Cletus that right there in the beginning. That was a lot.
Yeah, he had a very fast Nice Motorsports truck, and I think he was just over his head a little bit. I'd like to have seen him been able to draw back and learn a bit. He qualified good, was starting up front. It's hard to get out of that pack as well. Like you can't. Unless you literally drop completely off pace, it's hard. It's harder to get back through there than you would think. But I think he was in over his head just a bit. Which he's pretty much said it at this point as well.
Well, Matt, you said to me the other night, and I think you were right. Whenever you said that he had a fast truck, too fast for him.
Yeah.
And when he was up there in the pack, I don't know if anybody that's out there has ever skateboarded, but there's a moment when you're on a skateboard and you're going and you feel it start to get the wobbles where you're going too fast and you realize you don't know how to stop it. I saw his truck doing the same thing. It was like his truck got the wobbles. I was like, oh, he's going to lose it. And sure enough, it wasn't, 4 or 5 laps in?
Yeah, very early.
And, I felt bad for him. He gave a good little interview there post-race, and you could tell he felt bad, honestly. Yeah. And I like Cletus a lot, and he's good for NASCAR. But, he was in over his head. Like you said, he should have dropped back. If it wasn't too good for Tony Stewart to do it, same thing for Cletus.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I said that to you maybe even at one point. Like, even Smoke dropped back there and was learning, which he ended up getting caught up in a wreck doing that, unfortunately, the turnabout of it. But, yeah, I hated it for Cletus. He took a big hit, actually, to that inside wall. I was glad to see he was okay because he's a bigger guy in those cars and the truck.
Yeah.
Well, I thought River Shook, formerly Sarah Shook, and the Disarmers in American Aquarium were awesome Friday night.
Yeah, that sounds awesome as well. I wouldn't be opposed to that. We'll mention the Rams as we spent a lot of time dissecting that show over the last bit. I thought they looked pretty sporty overall, especially Justin Haley ended up being led the most laps in the race. Matter of fact, didn't obviously get the win. Minnie Tyrell, his debut, I thought he struggled pretty hard, but he kept the thing under him all night and ended up surviving for a top 20. So I don't know what more you can ask for there.
Yeah,
I think Minnie did what Cletus should have done.
Yes.
He stayed in the back and learned.
Yeah, from a guy, just straight out of a TV show, getting that job and, to keep the truck clean, not tear it up too bad and get a top 20, I think that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Speaking of Minnie and Ram, I know we're not going deep into ARCA, but can we touch briefly on the Ram Chevrolet?
Yeah, that was my favorite oddity of the weekend. Minnie Tyrell's Ram Chevrolet, and it was the whole thing's crazy anyway. I get it, like he was supposed to run the ARCA race before he's approved for the truck race. That's pretty commonplace. However, the ARCA race was after the truck race, so. I don't get the point, but that's my favorite oddity of the weekend. I'm glad you mentioned that, Sean. And Minnie, he looked okay in that ARCA race as well. That was worth noting. He fared a little better.
I just want that die cast. Can we get a die cast?
Please, that would be so cool to have. It really would.
That's an automatic buy for me. If
Feel like
you can pre-order it now and get it in 3 years from Lionel. So.
And I feel like that's a custom job right there if you're getting that one. I liked how they tried to have the bow tie blacked out with the grill as best they could.
Hey, shout out to Butterbean too. He ran really well most of the night, I thought. And I mean, as far as the Dodge trucks, I know he didn't lead as much as Haley, but I thought he looked really good too. And I think he's going to be real good as the season goes on.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see the progression of Butterbean. I think there's a ton of potential with him, and I mean, we'll see how Ram does. But yeah, I mean, he ran top 10 to top 15 pretty much all the affair. Mm-hmm. So yeah.
And of course, Caden Honeycutt looked really good. I mean, I'm like I said, I thought it was a good truck race, and I'm really excited to have everything back. But I am really happy to have trucks back. That's one of my favorite things to watch.
Yeah, I think Honeycutt's going to pick right back up where that truck, maybe not quite where it left off, because I mean it was absolute insane dominance from Heim last year. But I think they're going to be fast at pretty much every race.
Yeah, I think so too.
And I like Honeycutt. It'll be fun to see where he ends up at the end of the year, what we're saying. But props to Chandler Smith on a excellent win. I think Chandler's got a lot of potential that gets overlooked as well, I'll mention. He's been around for a minute now and seems to get bypassed for bigger opportunities for whatever reason, I don't know. But I do think there's a lot of potential with him.
I agree.
That moves us to the Saturday show, the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series.
Yow!
Oh, that was good. Where we saw, at the end of the day, the same thing we've saw in many of these O'Reilly's drafting races over the last few years. Austin Hill making his way to the front and no one able to pass him. I mean, it is really mind-boggling how this dude can get to the front and cannot be passed. Like, I don't think anyone here is a huge Austin Hill fan. We will preface that, but you cannot take it away. It's insane what he can do in these drafting situations.
I mean, we saw it on the poll for Sunday as well. Those RCR cars, those guys can rig up a good Superspeedway car. They can get fast up there.
Yeah, there's no question the cars are extremely fast. Jesse's as well. And, I mean, that certainly plays a part. But, I mean, time and time again, we've seen the same story.
But the way Austin Hill is able to keep people behind him on those tracks is like Ryan Newman's dream.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I thought it was hard to get around Newman just about anywhere, but I truly have no explanation for it. Like, I don't know what the phenomenon.
The thicker the neck, the bigger the block.
I mean, it really is. It's mind-boggling. It's impressive. I can't take it away. It's impressive, but it's wild. I mean, even like we've heard before these drivers talk about their main goal is to not let Austin Hill win one of these races, and it just seemingly can't be done. I don't know. We'll non-Austin Hill talk. Roger Caruth, I thought, with an excellent debut in Junior Motorsports, ran near the front all day. They looked really good.
Oh, yeah. I probably, in my own fandom, I probably pull more for Roger than any one driver. He's my guy, man. So I was watching what he was doing all night, and it was really impressive.
Yes.
Looked good in that 88. I was hoping he'd win so I could tweet Connor and call him a hack. You didn't do it. I mean, you won like 70, but you didn't win first day out. But yeah, no. I thought he looked really strong, and I did. I mean, I know last year in Talladega he looked good in the trucks in the draft. So I wasn't, but I was really impressed with how he was able to handle one of the O'Reilly cars for sure.
Yeah, absolutely impressed me as well, and that's excited to see where that builds him throughout the season, which we'll wrap up into another thing I want to mention. I'll let you guys speak on this. Big major props to Jordan Anderson Racing. Those cars were wicked fast the whole race. And
yes,
Roger will be driving some of those this season as well. That's the transition. But, man, I was very impressed with those guys. All of them, actually. All of those cars.
I agree.
Yeah, man, Jordan Anderson. He finished 4th, 5th, something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, he was up there, I think, top 5, man. That was impressive. I agree with you, man. I wasn't expecting that. So
yeah, they've built over the last few years. Not to cut you off there. Over the last few years, they're a nice little program, and seemingly this year they're going to be potentially something to contend with all season. I think we could see pretty neat.
Yeah, I agree. I hope they are able to contain that speed and keep going. That'd be great for the series for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Sides, if you'll recall, one time you and I got gas beside of Jordan Anderson. However, I think you were inside of a Sheetz relieving yourself from the night before.
Yeah.
But we did nonetheless.
Yeah. And, they've had a good team. They've been good on super speedways, and didn't get to meet Jordan Anderson, but glad they're continuing with their super speedway success and speeds.
Absolutely. Well, that was after a post Willie Nelson concert trip, so you can imagine some shenanigans were at play. Not to throw you under the bus there.
Yeah, and that won't be the only us in Sheetz with driver story you'll hear on this show.
No,
Stay tuned.
That's true, actually.
Yeah, but more to come later.
Yeah.
I also want to mention before we move on from the O'Reilly, did you see the two Carsons arguing on pit road after the race? Carson Hocevar and Carson Ware. That was, I don't know what that was.
They don't either.
Hocevar looked a little kind of confused at first, but then he really seemed like he didn't really care, which kind of seems to be his attitude a lot of the time.
I don't think he has much care now.
It's just nice to see a Ware taking out his aggression on somebody of the same gender.
Oh.
So to bring it back, I was going to say that Carson's autobiography should be called "Confused and Don't Care" because I think that's a great thing.
Man, Carson wrecked so many times this weekend and over all 3 races. He was fast all 3 races, but none of it paid out.
It's so crazy, like how fast he is and how much he wrecks.
Yeah.
If he could ever figure out a way to just not wreck, he would be winning most of the races. He's so fast.
We ain't got to Sunday yet, but I thought he had a shot on Sunday.
Oh, he did. There's no question.
It ended just how Jeff described.
Yeah, true. Well, one more quick thing. We mentioned it. That was an RCR win. While RCR not directly involved in the lawsuit, they were part of that infamous leaked email. So,
part of being a dumb redneck that needs his butt whipped.
There it is. Yes.
Say that to Austin Hill's face.
I ain't saying that to Pop's face, much less Austin Hill.
Oh, my watch.
He still might take me.
You know, I would argue that RCR played a huge role in ending that lawsuit. So,
yes, with the Johnny Morris Bass Pro. I mean, that letter came out and it was pretty much over. So you can put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah. Speaking of, there was a commercial Sunday during the 500 that was a Bass Pro commercial, but it was focused on Dale, and I felt like Johnny Morris probably had a lot of involvement in that commercial. It was really well done.
I saw that.
That was a good one.
That was.
You know another really. I know we talked about several of the commercials last week, but and this kind of goes along with the O'Reilly race. But did y'all see that piece NASCAR did the night before Daytona?
Yeah, that was cool.
It was real. Yeah, with the two Connor and Carson and I just thought that was really well done.
Yeah, absolutely.
And props to both drivers. The acting in it was decent. Usually they seem so awkward, but both those guys I thought did a good job. I thought that was a really cool piece they did.
Oh gosh, by the adverse. You know, I'm a Trackhouse fan. I love all the Trackhouse boys. But did you guys see the Wendy's Trackhouse commercial? That is some of the worst acting I've ever saw.
Yeah,
where they're sitting at the table talking about the coach. It was painful.
There's a Trackhouse spot where Ross went through that Wendy's activation, and SVG hands him his food, and Ross does a decent job, but man, SVG's struggling with his line. There's some cool activations down there, though. Despite poor acting, there were some really cool activations going around. I'll mention here the Junior Motorsports and Arby's activation. They actually had Jimmy Eat World playing inside of an Arby's. Well, that was pretty wild.
Yeah.
All right, that'll move us to Sunday, the Great American Race. We saw 2311's Tyler Reddick come a wild one. The
right
theme
here.
of the weekend. Yeah, Reddick there, Jordan there. I got a Reddick car here. Is all I could find. Wild race, wild finish. I thought we ended on the backstretch, but we did not. We kept it green, and I liked it.
I liked it too. I saw a lot of people saying NASCAR is hypocritical for not throwing the yellow. That they say, "Oh, we don't race to the flags because it's dangerous. People can get hurt." And in that situation, they're like, "Let them race." Which I liked it, but I can see the hypocritical side on NASCAR. I mean, if that race was anywhere other than the 500 opening up the season, they probably would have thrown that flag there.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, I'm definitely a race back to the line if at all possibly safe guy. So I mean, I like it, and I did hear I think maybe Jeff Gluck talking about how that seems to be more of a thing now going forward is the racing back if possible. So so I'm all here for that. I mean, that was the end of it was that ending would not have been what it was without being able to race back.
No.
It was
different people won on that last lap until the person that did win won.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure Ricky Stenhouse is wishing they'd thrown the flags.
No,
like they normally
absolutely.
would.
Man, I thought Ricky won it.
Too. Yeah.
I thought Ricky won it. I thought that was a caution. But, yeah, I liked it as well. From what I heard, they're pretty much saying if the track coming to the checkered anyway, if the track out front is clear, they're going to try to be more mindful of letting it race back. And I'm for it again. I mean, if there's danger, we don't want any danger to anyone, of course. But
Right.
It definitely feels a little bit more hell yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, that it does. That
It
it
did have
does.
some hell yeah vibes.
Yeah.
Throughout the race, at the end there, we'll take note. Brad Keselowski super angry with Riley Herbst for his final move.
I mean, I get it. If I'm Brad, I'm going to be mad in that too. I mean, it was all cool till it wasn't. I don't know what else to say. And Brad, I mean, Brad had a heck of a shot to take that win if he didn't get taken out right there. It was, yeah. I mean, I get why he's mad. I mean, I'm not saying Riley did or did, but I totally get why he's upset.
Yeah, I mean, I do too. If I'm Brad, I'm angry. Brad, that top line was coming. I don't know quite if they could have got there, but it would have been interesting to see because it would have been close. They were moving. And I think Riley, I don't think he intended to cause a major accident. I think he was thinking, I'm going to try to win this race, and hell yeah, whatever happens. Which, I mean, you come into it. But yeah, if I'm Brad, I'm upset. But I thought Riley, besides that moment, drove the race of his Cup career by far.
Yeah.
In fact, all the 2311 cars I thought were super fast, and I'll give a huge attaboy to Jeffrey's favorite, Mr. Corey Heim. But man, I thought he looked excellent all day.
Well, I mean, I'll tell you, I went into this race, and I was really excited to watch this rookie phenom that had an awesome season last year. And he, this guy that just dominated his division last year. And he did not disappoint. An amazing rookie performance yesterday. And Connor did okay at first, too. But Corey showed where the hype was real.
How long did it take you to script that, Jeff?
Not too long. I was running on Heim time.
Oh my goodness. God. Yeah, we saw some early speed out of Zilich, but he reminded me of Cletus just a bit. I hate to say it. He looked a little over his head when he got to the lead there. He was kind of bouncing off Allgaier, shaking around. He was making me nervous, and then it ended up happening. But, I mean, he was certainly quick.
Oh, yeah. Connor's going to be just he's going to do really good.
Oh, yeah.
I still think it was just a tough rookie. performance.
Connor
like
got
this.
the announcer curse, man. The
Yeah.
minute they started talking about him, he went wild. I mean,
Yeah.
it was on cue. You couldn't have scripted it any worse for him.
It really was maybe one of the most like on cue announcer curse moments ever.
Yeah.
Like it was instant.
Yeah. Sure.
Going back to the 2311 guys, I know we talked about, the young guys performing well, showing some great promise, and of course Tyler getting the win. But Bubba got a stage win. I mean, and then in the new point system, that's something that you got to try to get. You got to get those stage wins. So, if you're going to try to point into the chase, playoff, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. No, absolutely, Size. And I was thinking before we got on here, and it's really early, so we can't, you can't say now. But I thought 2311 looked like Toyota's fastest team by far at Daytona. I don't know if that'll carry, but it wasn't even close with them and JGR.
I agree 100%.
If Trackhouse can keep up, not Trackhouse, I'm sorry, 2311 can keep up what they were showing yesterday, they could become. The team that we talk about is like one of the top teams, not just, a team that's on the verge.
Yeah.
You said Bubba got I said Bubba, you said got a stage win. I mean, even there until pretty late, like looked like he would have a shot to win this thing really at times more than Reddick until the very end there, kind of.
And speaking of Toyotas, the Legacy team didn't look bad. I mean, Jones was up there at the front. He got caught up in one of those wrecks there on the last lap, but him and John Hunter both had some decent speeds throughout the day.
John Hunter led some. Like, John Hunter was real fast, I thought.
But, man, if only part-time Jimmy Johnson had the accolades of part-time Corey Haim,
Hey, speaking of part-time, what about part-time B.J. McLeod getting in the race, like, on a technicality, I guess,
And then immediately the car was not prepared and went out. That I saw a lot of people pretty upset about that, actually, in the Alfredo situation, and then BJ coming in immediately wrecking. I don't have a problem with it. It was just what it is. But
I think Alfredo probably would have performed better, but it is what it is. If you don't pass inspection, then you're not getting in a race. Sorry, Fast Pasta, we love you. We'll shake some noodles at you, but
Fast Pasta had a emotional roller coaster weekend. We'll jump back to O'Reilly for just a second. He actually missed that race too, and then Viking and Cesar Barcelona made a deal together for him to take over that car for the race. So he had an eventful time in Daytona.
Yes, he did. I was going to mention real quick, y'all, back on our predictions, we all picked Bubba, so we really weren't that far off in our prediction. Right,
I spent most of that race thinking Bubba might actually win.
Yeah.
We will get into here that leads to the Toyotas. A lot of people upset about the fuel strategy situation. The Toyotas, they were lined up 3 wide, held the field back, running at 60% throttle. A lot of people very upset about this. And we've saw this over the last handful of Superspeedway races, so it's not brand new, but I think seeing it in the Daytona 500 maybe irks some people a little more. It wasn't unexpected. I'll throw my 2 cents in. Now, do I love it? No, but I understand it. I thought it played better yesterday than at times we've saw before because it happened late in the race and we were building to such strategy and such an ending, but that's just circumstantial. But I ultimately don't love that that's where we're at, but I do understand that that's where we're at. We'll get your guys' take, though.
I'm the same way, man. It's not something that I want to see at a race. I want to see these guys just going balls to the wall, wide open. But I understand. It's strategy. You got to have, your strategy there, and it's nothing illegal. It's nothing, against the rules. It's nothing that, they can be chastised for doing when it's, smart thing to do to, protect your team, protect your fuel there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like grabbing a hold in wrestling. It's a rest hold. They're getting a rest hold. Pop the crowd later when everything's got crazy.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know if y'all noticed it, but on the broadcast at one point, I don't remember who they were talking about, but Boyer's like, he's running 100% throttle. And then they instantly show the graphic there, and it's 66% throttle.
I'll tell you what, Chris Rice would have had it right, but Boyer, but But no, I agree with you guys. I mean, I don't love it either. But what are you going to do? I mean, you have to play the strategy and you have to play the game, and that's where we are right now. You know, will it stay that way forever? No, because
everything's changed.
But yeah, I mean, it worked out. And at the end of the day, that section of the race was kind of turned into a bit of a snooze. But then it got provided for one heck of an ending. Yeah. So
it really did work as a nice kind of cliffhanger, kind of builder for that finish. So I mean, if you're talking cinematically from it.
Yeah, absolutely. But I was going to mention, speaking of the Toyotas and all that, we had mentioned Tyler winning. Man, you got to be so happy for Tyler from what he went through last year. And I mean, I just can't imagine anybody being upset for him after just everything he went through last year. It's really great to see his baby there that had all the problems at the end of last season. So, regardless of how it all shook out, I was really happy to see a good guy, that definitely deserved to win. And I told y'all he's breaking out big time this year, boys.
Yeah, I thought about that actually. You are off. Well, you and Jeff, the Clash, followed by that. Both of you guys breakouts are proving themselves out the gate here.
Well, hey, my breakout went across the finish line backwards yesterday, so that's a win for me.
I did see that. He did.
Jeff, I hate to tell you, but that wasn't unique yesterday. A lot of guys went sideways, backwards.
Hey, my breakout has been running top 5 on the last few laps of every race, and then
your breakout was that race yesterday.
My breakout has broken out, like the car is broken.
Your breakout was a slightly off-angled push away from being the winner.
Yeah. Hey, talking about that finish, I do want to say, I mean, I know I've heard so much, people talking about, Riley ran over Brad. Riley caused this wreck. And that pass at the end that Tyler did was just amazing. I mean, regardless of what happened, the fact that he had the wherewithal and the racecraft to go around that and find his way out of that wreck and around, I thought it was awesome. It was a really cool finish, and big ups to Tyler on that, man.
Yeah, I thought Chase Elliott was going to take that race. I thought it was going to, after that wreck, I thought Elliott was going to get to the front and take it, and Tyler just, pulled a great move, did some great racing, got up there.
I get it, so, and I mean, it is what it is, but Chase and I forget who was pushing him at the time. They got too far out, man. I mean, and I get it. Why? I mean, when you're in that point, you're just going to try to go and see what happens. But when they got so far out, I was like, oh, that's not going to work out. I didn't quite expect what happened, but but I was like, oh, they're too far out. It's not going to work, I don't think.
I thought my buddy from the 27 Club in Nashville was going to be celebrating, Mr. John Gustafson. Also, Friday night, met Alan Gustafson's son at a random bar in Nashville.
Oh.
Talked some racing.
Man, what a Friday night you had. Yeah. Well, that's cool. Really cool. Yeah, and then the father almost pulled it off.
Yeah.
Almost.
Pretty cool. Before we move, I'll mention Fox thankfully did away with the cartoon graphics. It was certainly still Fox at times as far as the coverage, but at least we got a new graphics package.
I think we were averaging 6 minutes of racing per commercial.
It was so bad. I'll tell you what was
very Foxish.
I'll tell you what was unwatchable was some of the practice sessions. They were, I mean, it was as soon as it come on, we were back to commercial. It was ridiculous. Where is Prime?
I was going to say, I'm already ready for Prime to take back over.
Get here soon. Warm weather and Prime. That's what we're waiting on.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
But I guess with that win yesterday and everything, Tyler Reddick is currently first in points, right? I am correct.
I haven't double checked that, but yeah, I would imagine he will be with those extra points for the win, certainly. Yeah, and it's going to be fun to weekly want to check the standings again, in my opinion, because before you kind of knew who was locked in, and now it's all about those points, baby.
Yeah, I saw the first point standings. I looked at it today, and there was some kind of crazy names in there, but I mean that'll all change. This was just week one,
and
still, like you said, it's fun to look at.
I mean, and some bigger names to the back after some of those crashes. Which, yes, just week one will cycle itself, but we're going to Echo Park Speedway to Atlanta this weekend. Another drafting track. You get caught up in another big one there. You're 2 races in the hole, I mean, we've seen it bite people before, and it's a whole different story than the last decade or what have you. So it's going to be interesting.
I just pulled it up real quick to check. Tyler is in the lead, and he is 12 points ahead of Joey Logano in second and 15 ahead of Chase Elliott in third. I don't like that Joey in second stuff. It is an even year, fellas. We got
yeah.
More on that later.
Hopefully not more on that later. All right. Anything else before we move on, guys? All right. We'll roll on. All right. Now we'll get into the Bullring report. Yeah, this week there was some USAC racing over the weekend. They finished up the World Series of Outlaws, but what we're going to mostly talk about this week is some local and regional news for our area here, us being in home base Princeton, West Virginia, and surrounding areas, we'll say. But we'll start with our own local dirt track here, Princeton Speedway. They announced their 2026 schedule. Some big dates, including some big super late model races, some modified Mafia Tour races. We'll try to do an overlay of that actual schedule here, but was glad to see that. I know we made it out there a couple times last year. I'm sure we hope for some more, but did you guys see their schedule dropped?
I haven't seen it yet, but the modified Mafia, I know they brought those guys up a few times last year. I think at least one of the times we went, they were there, and it was a lot of fun. So I'm excited to see that group back.
Yeah, me too, man. I know I did see that. Like the first one was like April 17th, I think.
Yeah,
right?
Season opener Friday, April 17th. I do have that here.
You know, that feels like a little birthday present for me.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I'm thinking I'd like to spend my birthday with my boys at the track.
That would be a good time. A dang good time. I do have May 15th. They have the Ultimate Super Late Models, a $4,000 to win race.
Nice.
July 3rd, looks like doing a Star Spangled Banner or Star Spangled theme with 602 Sport Mods, $2,500 to win. August 7th, the modified Mafia race, and then certainly weekly racing all through the year.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean it's fun. Like if you're in the southern West Virginia immediate area, it's not that expensive of a night to go out there and you get a 3-4 hours worth of racing, just hang out, have a good time.
Yeah, I think I saw prices for $15 general admission, and then $30 if you want a pit pass and go down and.
That's what I was thinking. It was
cruise.
Like 15 last year, so that's it's not too bad. Something you can afford to take your family to, not spend a ton of money.
Yeah, and they got concessions and stuff out there. Some pretty good looking food actually.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the racing's always fun, always good, and it's a great atmosphere there. I really think, man, I became a big fan of that track last year.
Yeah, me too.
I'll commit to getting Size a pit pass so he can get on the track.
There you go. Finally get him
I'll get down there when they throw them quarters out.
That's right.
I'll throw them quarters out of the flag box for the kids to pick up.
That's right. You're going to be shoulder blocking kids out the way.
Yeah.
Every time that I go, I end up hearing them having to announce over the PA warning people to get off of the fence. I feel like Size would be that guy. Yeah. I hope it's another good season, I'll say, for this thing, but another building season for this. This track was closed for a while and reopened recently, and hopefully it's going to build and grow over time and get more and more cool things, which, I mean, I think this year we're already turning it up from last year from what I see. Yeah. So, good stuff. I'm looking forward to us doing some coverage of it this year, man. Filming some stuff there, showing people just how cool it is, so they'll get out and check it out too.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I hope to get as well. Maybe we'll get down in the pits actually and get some footage one night too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And also from our region, from as I said, our home spot here in Princeton, about an hour, but the Pulaski County Motorsports Park, more famously formerly known as Motor Mile Speedway, they announced earlier this year their kind of comeback or what have you, but they made a huge announcement over the weekend that the former NASCAR driver Stacy Compton will now be the new track general manager. So I thought that was pretty cool and a pretty good sign for the Speedway going forward, I thought as well.
Yeah, I think I'm glad Motorball or Pulaski County, whatever you call it, now I'm glad they're back up and running. I thought, a couple years ago, I think like the Rusty Wallace had invested in the track, and I hate that didn't work out. But I think bringing in Stacy Compton is going to be a good thing. I think it's going to be somebody who can actually focus. Somebody like Rusty, he's probably not putting a whole lot of his attention on these small local short tracks he invests in. But I think having Stacy Compton as your track manager is going to definitely help build what you're wanting to do. Rookie season under new management, and see how it goes.
Yeah, absolutely excited to see. And they are hosting March 21st will be the inaugural IHRA Stock Car Series race. The first one of that whole series will start there. The Smart Mod Tour has announced a date there for August 7th, so that's a pretty big series as well. So 2 exciting things already, and of course weekly racing. I saw they announced the Tour of Destruction. I guess that's like the monster trucks and the derbies and stuff will be there in September.
Sweet.
Remember, is that the one that does the school buses too? I know they run that down in like Kingsport, like the Tour of Destruction. I think they have like a school bus derby, which seems pretty wild. I've never seen that before, but it seems like something that I would enjoy checking out.
I would not be opposed to watching. And that reminded me, I did see they are aligning their rules to be the same as Lonesome Pine Speedway, another regional track here. Yeah. They're going to run the same rules so a lot of people can run.
Nice.
Both kind of like a little series or what have you. But yeah, hopefully we can get down there. I'd love to get that IHRA event if it can work out. And
that would be amazing.
Smart mods would be cool to see as well, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, one of my close friends from when I was living up Radford when I went to school there, Marcus Dalton, he messaged me. He's like, "Hey man, you're gonna make it to the 21st, the opening day at Pulaski County. It's supposed to be a big one." But
oh, nice.
I think that's my weekend to work, so I don't think I'll be able to make it. But hopefully, somebody can be there to show up from the high wide crew.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Or I'm not against checking out some weekly racing or whatever can work out. But glad they're back. Glad to see some close by racing. And we're in a really good region here. We're blessed with these tracks super close by, and then with you get out within 2-3 hours of us, there's tons actually of tracks. So we're in a good place.
Within 3 hours we can be at Bowman Gray.
Yeah, yeah.
Or Hickory.
Yeah, it can be a Hickory for sure. I'd like to get down there, actually. Yeah. All right. That'll wrap up this week's Bullring Report. That brings us to this week's Hall of Fame, the segment where we show off hauls and goodies from our collection. And from my understanding this week, Jeff Rowe down there has to say, mighty fine haul. What you got for us, brother?
Well, I had one thing I was going to go with, but then Valentine's Day happened, and it got switched up because I had to show this off. Valentine's gift that my wife got me was just so cool. This is something I had never saw before. Maybe you guys have, but it is this Chase Authentics racing jacket.
Whoa.
NASCAR Stars of Today, and on the sleeves we've got, if you look here, we got Dale Jr., we got Michael Waltrip, we got Kevin Harvick, Tony Stewart. Just all these crazy early 2000s. Got Bobby Labonte, Rusty Wallace, Sterling Marlin. Just so many cool names. But what really caught my attention when I looked on the inside of this was this label that says that this was made exclusively for Napa brakes and chassis.
Oh,
awesome.
I've tried to do some research on this today to figure out if this was a promotional item or what. I can't find anything. Maybe somebody watching this might know more. If so, drop it in the comments and let us know. But this thing is just awesome. It's like I said, this has to be from like the early to mid 2000s.
Yeah.
The thing looks brand new. She found it at an antique store, and she said she knew I would love it, and she's right. I do. I've wore it every day since. Did make the joke I was going to wear it every day until Kyle Busch won, thinking that I could maybe take it off if he was able to win off from the pole yesterday. That didn't happen, so we'll see.
That's awesome.
I love it.
That's a really awesome piece, Jeff. I have no idea, but I'm guessing that may be one of those team issued deals because you can find a lot of that stuff second hand now. So with that label you found on the inside, that's just really sweet, man.
It had what the number 8 Junior on there, so I had to be from what 01 to 06, 06, 07
Yeah,
when he
it's
went
got
to
to be
Hendrick.
around there is what I'm thinking. And I do love the only thing on it that does make me laugh is
Well, it's got
Bobby
Sterling
Labonte's
Marlin,
number
so it
here.
had to be before 03.
There's
Okay.
a little burn mark on this Bobby Labonte. So I was like, man, there's been some good brothering done in this. Makes it even better. So yeah.
Man, that is an
Anyway, love it.
Awesome.
Really cool find. So I just wanted to show that to you guys and show our viewers.
Yeah, thank you for showing. That's an
cool.
incredible piece. What a
Yeah.
find. Yeah, and it has to be, like Sean said, team issued or some kind of promotional piece, something to that effect.
Yeah, something sent out to the local Napa stores for promotional or something.
Yeah.
Very, very
absolutely.
cool.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude. One of my favorite searches, Jeff, and I know you like this too, is to get on eBay and put in different drivers and things and just put team issued after it. And you can find all kinds of really wild things out there. I've got a few pieces myself, man. I don't know if I have anything quite that cool though, dude. That's awesome with that many drivers on it. That's really sweet.
Yeah, that's what I love about it, man. So I'm pretty stoked on it. So yeah, good job,
sweet,
Melissa, and thank you for the Valentine's Day gift. If you watch this, she won't. But either way,
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. That's going to do it for this week's Hall of Fame. All right, that puts us on the cool down lap. We came, we saw, we went to Daytona on our TVs. And now we move on to Hotlanta. The new Hotlanta. It's going to be interesting, actually, to see if that track it wears a little bit each time we've went back since the repave. Handling comes into play more and more, so it'll be interesting to see what we're looking at when we get there.
Man, it's been one of my favorite tracks the last few years, and you know, I'm not the biggest fan in the world of the restrictor, whatever you want to call it, right? Drafting restrictor, but I love the combination that Atlanta gives you. If it's a lot of that, but still, you got to have a good handling car. Tires matter, all those kind of things. Man, I think it's been some of the best races each year the last few years for sure.
Oh yeah, if you look back at like some of the best finishes, of the last couple of years, Atlanta's got a bunch of them. I'm with Sean. I can probably say Atlanta may be my favorite track on the schedule this last few years. So I'm excited about this weekend.
Yeah, same here. I mean, the racing since the repave, I was not against, but hesitant of the repave back when we did it. But it has been a treat, at least as a fan. I don't know about as a driver if I like it better or not, but as a fan, it is a hugely entertaining track now, which I liked old Atlanta. It was one of my favorites as well, but the new version of it, if you will, certainly found a place in my heart quickly.
Who we got winning it?
Uh-oh.
We got some. Wait, hold on. Wait a second. Before we talk about prediction size, you want to talk about fantasy from this past week?
Oh, no. I meant to bring this up.
Mr. Champion, you got anything that you want to say about that, or you good?
I got to say that I came in second place. I mean, it's the first race of the year.
You did.
I'm building up.
You did. You came in second, just like Carson almost won.
Yeah,
Sean. It's Riley Herb's fault.
Sean pulled off the win in their NASCAR fantasy league. You may have figured that out, but
well, I'm still mad. I tried to put in Ricky. I had him on the bench, and I tried to put him in, and was just like a second too late.
Oh man. I saw you had Ricky in the bench. I figured that was what really pushed you over. You got him in. I didn't look back at it.
The app no sold me, y'all. If you want, Size and I'll be starting a side podcast about NASCAR app.
I don't want to talk about it. It didn't let me check in for any of the races this week.
To get dude.
I didn't really have any trouble.
Matt's the only one that liked Mr. Fan Council down there. They're taking care of him. They don't want to speak bad on it.
I got that special app. I get a special one.
All right. So who's winning Atlanta, boys? Who you got?
Kyle, Jeff Rose, Ozzy.
I'll say we'll give it to the other 2311 guy. I think Bubba's going to come and win this one.
Ross Chastain.
Okay, I like that. Oh, man, I'm going to give it to who I think handling's going to come into play. I'm going to give it to Hendrick Chevrolet. Chase Elliott gets redemption.
I hate to be a homer again, but I'm with Matt. And the reason is he was fast at Daytona, has been fast at Atlanta, and I've said that I think last summer Atlanta was the best race I've ever seen him drive that wasn't on a road course. So
I don't
think
disagree.
I think Chase may take it.
Well, I just want to say though, I did say Ross Chastain, but I'm not on a road trip, and I haven't been drinking a little. So if you get me on that, I'll give you a more accurate prediction. So.
Yeah, we have learned. Zion's got the latte out. We have learned if you get Jeff on a road trip and drinking some lattes, some bush lattes, he can pretty accurately predict a race winner
He's an oracle.
From the sample sizes we have so far, at least.
That's true. That's true. Except he don't put them in his own lineup. I don't know.
Why would I do that?
He has no confidence in his latte'd up self.
But yeah, Atlanta, can't wait for it, man.
Yeah.
Wait.
It's gonna be fun.
Definitely so. Doubleheader Saturday, Trucks and Xfinity same day. That's always fun.
Yeah.
Dude, I always love when that falls that way for whatever reason. I just think it makes for a really cool day, man.
Yeah,
I love having Friday, Saturday, Sunday races because you get 3 days there to enjoy racing. But it is fun to have the the double headers on a Saturday.
Yeah,
It'd be fun to be there and actually attend the doubleheader.
Yeah, that'd be a cool day. All right, that's going to wrap up this week's High, Wide, and Handsome here on the Arson Brothers Network. Give us a like on this video, subscribe if you haven't here. Check out some of our other shows, Exploring Appalachia, Arson Brothers Eats, vlogs.
Yeah, go watch
things.
us eat a ton of Bojangles biscuits.
Yeah, Tudor's biscuits.
Oh yeah, Tudor's biscuits. Yeah, sorry.
I mean,
Bojangles. If Bojangles, you got money, we'll eat your biscuits too, buddy.
That's right. You can find us eating a lot of various biscuits throughout this channel. Actually, Biscuitville. We just ate some biscuits from Lee's Chicken on a recent video.
We like a biscuit.
We do. What can we say? And some chicken. There's a lot of chicken videos. All right, guys. We'll be back next week. Keep it high, keep it wide, and keep it handsome.